So this is the big news floating around today. Phoebe Waller-Bridge may replace Harrison Ford as lead in Indiana Jones report.
What a story, Mark.
Now, I find this funny because I remember when it was being reported that she was joining the movie as the co-star, which is kind of a joke in itself because it turns out she's going to be the main actor of the movie, which, by the way, doesn't even need to be made. And we all watch Kingdom of the Crystal Skulls. It's an awful movie. Harrison Ford, first off, is just too old to be running around swinging from trees or whatever they're going to have him do in this movie. The dude's too old. It's Grandpa Jones. That was already kind of done in The Last Crusade. Much better. I would love to point out. That's where it should have just ended. You don't need to keep reviving franchise, but that's what they're doing. So she's apparently coming in and now going to usurp him because he's basically unable to do any of the stunts for this movie. Reports have it that they're CGIing his face onto a much younger stunt actor, and he's going to be doing most of the heavy lifting, which makes sense given Harrison Ford is like 80 years old. I don't even know how old is this him right here? 79 years old. So he ain't no spring chicken. Okay. Watch out. Some people say, well, that's ageism. No, that's just reality. When you're that old, it's tough to move around. Hell, when you get like into your 30s, it's tough to even turn around like with like, your back the way it is. Like just younger people are more fit and more flexible. It's just a fact. So they're bringing Phoebe Waller-Bridge in to flip the script. The English actress 37 could be replacing Harrison Ford as the lead in the fifth installment of the Indiana Jones franchise, which is set to hit theaters next summer, according to the Daily Mail. Sources told the outlet that the producer, Kathleen Kennedy, was looking to make big changes, which could include replacing the lead character with a woman. It would be a huge statement and a great role for Phoebe, one insider told the Mail. Yep, a great role for her, starring in a movie called Indiana Jones, which if you called it something else, wouldn't be a successful movie. This movie is going to bomb hard at the theaters once the bait and switch is revealed too, by the way, because people are going to see Indiana Jones, Harrison Ford, not Phoebe Waller-Bridge, who, by the way, was definitely hit with the ugly stick back in the day. I don't think she'll be able to carry the movie quite like swashbuckling, suave, young Harrison Ford did back in the day. Now, I do want to say that this is all rumor, at least according to the Post and the Daily Mail and all that. But they've apparently got sources from Lucasfilm telling them this and giving the trajectory that Hollywood has been going for years, and at least for the past 2 or 3 years. I would say the idea of replacing Indiana Jones with strong woman lead is definitely where things are likely to go with this movie. Now, it was reported before that she was going to, be the co-star and it's going to be a passing of the torch, but it looks like he's going to be playing second fiddle in his own movie, and you're going to get a heavy dose of Phoebe Waller-Bridge right at the get-go, which nobody wants. But, Kathleen Kennedy's going to Kathleen Kennedy, which is why as long as she's there, there's going to be no big changes at Star Wars or anything else. And I do think that she's coming on. She's going to get her contract extended. That's pretty much a safe assumption at this point. That's what like WW Pro and a few other people have been saying, and I think they're right. Kennedy ain't going nowhere, and she's already ready to ruin this franchise. So, look forward to strong Indiana's. What is Indiana's? I guess that could be an asexual name. So maybe she'll just take his name too. So she'll be Indiana Jones. Next up, before I end the video, I wanted to talk about The Matrix Resurrections. I thought the trailer was pretty good. A lot of people running around saying that Trinity is going to become the one. And so spoilers, right? I don't even know if these are spoilers. These are just what I'm hearing. Andy Signore from Popcorn Planet has reported on this, as has Geekdom 101. And basically, it sounds like at the end of the movie, she gets powers similar to Neo, and they kind of become equals. And I talked about this on Twitter, and I said, look, man, did you watch Reloaded and Revolutions? I know they're terrible movies. they're, they're not as bad as people say. I think especially Reloaded is okay, but in those movies, it's revealed that the one is a lie. There'd been multiple ones. It's just an anomaly. Happens, and then they reset the Matrix. So there'd been several Neos before Neo. Her getting the powers too. I wouldn't really care if she ends up usurping him and she's the bestest ever and he's not anymore. That would be a problem, but them having the same kind of powers and just being together, to me, okay, well, that's not that big of a deal. But here's the thing. Now it turns out that they might be erasing Reloaded and Revolutions, which is kind of strange, but not really if you think about it, because Hollywood has been doing this for a while. They've been ignoring sequels. So this has happened 2 times that I can think of right off the top of my head. It happened with Superman Returns, where they ignored Superman 3 and 4. They only counted 1 and 2. And then it also happened recently with the terrible Terminator Dark Fate, which ignored, of course, everything after Terminator 2. So this could be true. This could be true. This is the official synopsis for the movie. Warner Brothers just put this out, and nobody really talked about it. The Matrix Resurrections is a continuation of the story established in the first Matrix film. See, that's the big key right there. It reunites Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss as cinematic icons Neo and Trinity in an expansion of their story that ventures back into the Matrix and even deeper down the rabbit hole. A mind-bending new adventure with action and epic scale. It's set in a familiar yet even more provocative world where reality is more subjective than ever, and all that's required to see the truth is to free your mind. 20 years after the first film, the franchise that helped define pop culture at the turn of the century is back for a continuation and extension of the original movie. The Matrix remains in the zeitgeist. The Matrix remains in the zeitgeist as a film that has changed the way we look at cinema and reality itself, and its game-changing action and visual effects. The Matrix helped pave the way for films to follow. So that's the big thing to me there. The way that they reference the original movie several times. So how does that work out then? Because, well, for one, Neo was free at the end of the first Matrix. So how is he back in the Matrix? 2, I guess that makes me really curious to how this movie follows the first one, or is this just a complete reboot, which could be a thing? I don't know. I'd have to really sit down and slow-mo that trailer down and look and see if I could pick scenes out in the flashbacks from 2 and 3. But if this is true, and this is coming from this is from Warner Brothers. This isn't like somebody typed this up and just put it out there. Several references just to the first movie. And they even say in here that it's a continuation and extension of the original movie, which is very, very interesting. Are they just going to pretty much sweep Reloaded and Revolutions? I don't know why I keep saying Revelations, but Revolutions under the rug? That's not necessarily a bad thing to me. We can just wipe those movies out of existence, but I don't know how you set these movies up. You could easily set up the machines, and that's according to the rumors. This was in the Geekdom video that I watched where they went over the plot of the movie. That the machines pretty much did something to Neo and Trinity's body, made them like bio humans, like androids, human androids, and that's why they still look young and age slowly. and why everybody else is old, because this apparently takes place a long time after the third movie. So, like, everyone's old and stuff. So, I don't know. Maybe they're just focusing on the first one because they want you to remember how great that one is and forget about two and three. So, I don't know. Interesting stuff. I guess we won't know until we get closer to the movie comes out, because a lot of people have already seen this through previews and stuff, and a lot of people are talking. So, I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this. I'd like to hear from you. Also, if you would, please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out.
Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out.